Hello, Christ Community Church. My name is Ramon Lopez, and today's daily drop is out of Psalms 102, verses 18 to 28. And here's how it reads: Let this be written for a future generation, that a people not yet created may praise the Lord. The Lord looked down from his sanctuary on high. From heaven he viewed the earth, to hear the groans of the prisoners and release those condemned to death. So the name of the Lord will be declared in Zion, and his praise in Jerusalem, when the peoples and the kingdoms assemble and worship the Lord. In the course of my life he broke my strength, he cut short my days. I said, Do not take me away, O my God, in the midst of my days, for your years go on through all generations. In the beginning you laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you remain. They will all wear out like a garment. Like clothing, you will change them, and they will be discarded. But you remain the same, and your years will never end. The children of your servants will live in your presence. Their descendants will be established before you. I want to look at verses 19 and 20, because right there it says that the Lord looked down from his sanctuary on high. From heaven he viewed the earth, to hear the groans of the prisoners and release those condemned to death. You know, God sees the things that we battle, the things that we're in bondage to, and he knows our struggle against them, even when we try to struggle against them in our own strength. But we're never going to have victory over those things that have us in bondage until we surrender to the Lord. It is the Lord's strength that sets us free from those things that have captivated us. And I don't know what they could be. They could be drinking, they could be drugs, they could be habits, it could be relationships, it could be things that you keep going back to. It is only when you surrender to the Lord, it is only when you turn your heart completely over to God, when you focus on him, when you pursue him, that God gives you the power to be delivered from whatever it is that you are in bondage to. I like what it says right there, that he looks down from his sanctuary on high, that the Lord sees us. He sees us in our daily lives. He sees us in our daily routines. He sees us when we're victorious over whatever we're battling, but he also sees us when we fall and we stumble. And the thing we have to understand is the Lord always looks at us with eyes of love. And the way I know that is because when we were still sinners, Christ died for us. When we were at our worst, he gave his only son for us to redeem us and save us. So in our worst state, God was willing to give his only son to save us and redeem us. Then when you're trying to follow him and you're messing up, you're making mistakes and you're stumbling and you're battling and you're wondering, man, is God even happy with me? You have to know this. According to his word, he looks down from his sanctuary. From heaven he viewed the earth, to hear the groans of the prisoners and release those condemned to death. That God hears the cries of your heart for deliverance. He heard the cries of the people in Egypt and he responded. So if you're struggling with something, if you're battling, if you're in bondage to something, just turn your heart over completely to the Lord. Cry out to him. When you approach him, know that you're coming to a God that loves you, to a God that does not want you to stay in your bondage. He wants to set you free. Thank you.